Nigga fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive on breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking head, man.
We got motherfucking Bishop Brigante on the line.
Yo, what's poppin'? Angry Fan Radio. What's up?
What's up, Bishop? Hey,
Blackout 5, man. Blackout 5 is going down. Battle of the Bay 7. It's going down.
You making moves, bro. You're making moves. Hey, what is your particular part in everything? So everybody knows, because we see you battling, but just in case niggas have been sleeping under a rock or whatever the fuck the case may be, drinking cow piss, what have you been, like who are you? You feel me?
You know, I mean, in Canada, before all of this stuff was going on, you know what I mean, I come from the battle circuit. I was the only, I was the trailblazer, until, the other generations came up after me. So I'd say I'd be an OG in this battle circuit shit. But, as far as what I am today, since I got up with Organic and the rest of the team, I mean, I'm a jack of all trades. I help out in every aspect of the company, whether it be, from negotiating, battles or, from helping out Organic plan. It's me. Generally, listen, there's a few of us. It's myself, Organic, Gully the Kid, Avi Rex, King Fly, and then, there's other dudes on the West Coast like Avocado, who's the number one, filming guy in the game, you know what I'm saying? Because if it ain't filmed by Avocado, it doesn't count.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We got J-Pro, we got, Lush One on the West Coast. So, but I'm like a conciliator to Organic as well as, I'm a host. And we just, we all work as a strong team to really make sure that we provide the best platform for the battlers and the best entertainment for the fans that we could possibly do. You feel me?
Okay. Hey, question. I'll put you on the spot. You could be biased if you want. Avocado or Twiz? Avocado, Twiz, or John Doe?
Listen, quote me on this. Let them know what. Let it be known. If it isn't filmed by Avocado, it doesn't count.
Oh,
shit!
Facts. If it isn't filmed by Avocado, it doesn't count.
Talk that shit, nigga. Yo, Avocado definitely does do work. I would not even lie about that shit like he don't.
You got to look him up on IMDb and stuff like that. And see, Avocado be working on Lord of the Rings. He works on Transformers and shit. Like, whatever. I salute every film guy that does their work. I think everybody at URL does a great job. I think everybody else, the leagues that are really providing that clean look, for the fans to watch. But you know what I'm saying? It seems like there's a lot of talk going around. But I'm gonna stick with my team and make sure everybody knows that if it's not filmed by Avocado, it doesn't count. You feel me?
But Bishop, you have a performing arts background too, right?
I got some good credits. I work. I'm an actor as well. I mean,
right?
You know what I mean? I've got a couple.
Let them know who they're talking to. Let them know who they're talking
to. I don't like to whatever, but I'll explain it. My first big movie that I was in was a movie called Narc with Ray Liotta, Jason Patrick. That's like a cult classic. I did a couple TV shows in the last couple of years. What else did I got? I got a bad movie out. I got a new movie out that's out right now called Evil Feed that I'm one of the lead actors on that. I'm not sure. You could probably catch it online. I don't know where it's out right now, but I know it's on cable out here. It's on the on-demand and the movie sections out here or whatever, but it's out there. It's called Evil Feed. You could wherever you watch movies online. There's a bunch of stuff. You can check out IMDb and you look up Bishop Brigante. You see the work I've done, but I stay busy with that. It's definitely a second love of mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my passions is being on the big screen and the small screen. But you know what I mean? And now at Blackout 5, I'm getting back to the roots of where this entire Bishop Brigante thing began. Only this time I'm allowed to spend a little bit of time crafting and putting things together and jumping in the written format, which I've never showcased my talents in yet.
Are you confident?
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun. I'm probably gonna have the best debut out of anybody that was ever in my situation that's jumping in, because I'm so ready to get busy. Listen, everybody that's there listening, I'm telling you right now, I stood on the sidelines for so many years, and I've messed with organic every single year and said, yeah, maybe I should get in, and he's like, and he stopped, he stopped even entertaining the idea what I was saying, and then this year it was just like, you know what, let's get busy, let's do this, because and a lot of people that are current and new fans today, they don't know about the history of what I've done, but people that came up in Toronto and that know my history and know how long I've defended our country and how many battles I've been in, across this country, even some in New York and even some other places. That, you know what I mean? If those that know, they're excited about this idea. Those that don't know and like new battle rap fans are like, huh? The guy that's always talking about mirrors, what the fuck is he gonna do? You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy to see the mixed reaction from everybody, because they have no idea. To be honest with you, nobody's able to make a proper decision on if I'm going to do good or if I'm going to do bad, because you've never seen me in this format in your life. So it's a great moment.
Question: put that fucking mirror down. Talk about it.
So I might do that at Blackout 5. So you got to get everybody that's out there that's not going to be in Toronto. Make sure you go to KOTDTV.com and get the pay-per-view, and perhaps I'll talk about it in my battle. I don't know, because you know what? If people knew what it meant,
they said you took it from somebody, right?
Nah, I mean, look, there's
you want Angry Fans Radio, nigga? We want to dress all this shit.
Yeah. Don't let the there was a lot of people throw these little comments out and they talk that shit and whatever. She did this. Listen, 90% of the shit that people say about me is not true, and the other 10% perhaps, but only because they're suckers. Anything else other than that is like, you know what I mean? Like there's a couple of people who understand what that really means, because there was a couple of us that were there for the inception. You know what I mean? But it's actually not even that big of a deal, and they know better as well. That somebody may have brought it up as a funny joke, but I made it a hot slogan that drove the whole battle rap world crazy. People want to kill me for that shit. They have no idea. They're like, what does it mean? I don't know, but I just scream it. Who cares? They go crazy.
Okay.
Yo,
so you ready?
Let me ask you, Bishop. What's the greatest battle you ever seen not on camera? Because you've been in this game a long time. You've seen a lot of sneaky, dope battles.
The one that I seen that wasn't on camera?
Yeah.
Yo, this is gonna blow your minds. Okay, so after the second time I battled Jin, I went to New York. It was the next day, and I went on a flight. I was actually on a flight with Jin and his people, but I got to New York, and I had a meeting with Wyclef, a studio session with Wyclef, and I walked into the studios, Platinum Studios in New York, and Wyclef was in there, and he was battling the dude from City High and one of them other producers from Rough Riders. Yo, this shit was hilarious, bro. I literally just smoked gin the night before, and I jumped on a plane the next day, and I was in the studio, and Wyclef was battling the dude from City High. I think his name is Ryan or some shit. One of the dudes from City High, and then this one of the producers from Rough Riders. I can't remember his name. And they was going at it. And then And literally, as soon as I walked in, like you know, it was 2 of them against 1, and then just on some GP shit. And because I was feeling myself, I just jumped right into the middle of it and kind of like jumped on Wyclef's side. And you know, it was all in fun, but it was like these dudes were straight up battling in the studio, and Wyclef was cooking everybody. But that dude from City High, he was nice. He snapped. And I mean, that's the most random and cool moment that I ever saw in battle rap. I mean, as far as not being filmed or, you know, not even being something elite. But yo, Wyclef, he was getting busy. Him and the dude from City High, bro. It was the weirdest shit ever, but that's what I walked into. And I think the first thing I said was like, I'm going to jump in. Something like, I'm going to jump in, even though I know Wyclef, you can handle this, but they go abandon ship just like cannabis or some shit like that. And like, I just jumped in. It was on some freestyle shit, but it was like, as soon as I did that, it was like everybody just went nuts in the room, and then yeah, that was the crazy moment, man. It was nuts.
Yeah, that's super hip hop history shit right there.
Hey,
like, super random. Yeah.
Bishop, how do you feel when they say if it's not URL, don't count? How do you feel about that?
I think it's corny. I think it's real corny because I think people say that when they lose. People say that when they lose. I mean, I guess if you want to make that your own personal, you know, your own personal scapegoat and try to front, but you can front all you want, but you know damn well nobody, all these guys that say whatever, it's usually said when they lose. Because don't get it twisted. Every one of these dudes that fronts like they don't fuck with King of the Dot or any other league, they're all asking us for battles. Yo, want to get on. They all ask us for it. But then if they don't get, you know, if they don't get on or something, you know, doesn't work out in that situation, they take it as a slight. You know, that's the first thing they do. They run. Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's not on URL. It doesn't matter. I mean, I can appreciate the loyalty, but don't be a sucker about it. You don't gotta make up all these little, you know, whatever. But I don't really take that as them fully jabbing us. But I know some cats be trying to jab at us, but we personally don't give a fuck because, you know, URL respects us as far as the staff goes, and we respect them as well. So, you know what I mean? They know it counts over here. They come to our shit. They see what we do. We get busy. We got packed houses. We got thousands of people that are coming out to our events. We ain't no slouches over here. We may not have the demographic and the population that New York has, but you know, we definitely compete when it comes to, you know, filling up the buildings and putting on a great performance and a great show for the fans. So as far as I'm concerned, you know what I mean, King of the Dot, as much as we put out, as much as events we throw, motherfuckers are competing with us. Everybody's competing with us because we work hard. We work hard. We have the West Coast. We have the West Coast. Look, we throwing Battle of the Bay 7 in 6 days, 7 days, some shit. I don't even know. We throwing Battle of the Bay 7 in Oakland. We throw events in Cali. We throw events in Toronto. People are competing with us, man. Fuck out of here with all that shit. It matters if you lose on King of the Dot, because I know your bread's gonna get short if you come out here acting like a sucker.
Okay. But how do you feel about people who think y'all are taking URL battlers, branded battlers, to make y'all lane? How do you feel about that? Because King of the Dot, before y'all had your own battlers before when y'all first started.
I mean, you know what it is though. It's not even about, like, we don't own battlers. We're not trying to own battlers. People have to understand that we're not battle rap owners. We're a platform for battlers. So anybody that gets busy and is nice and does their thing, we don't stop anybody from coming. We definitely do pay attention when, you know, if there's a certain battle that should be on a different platform such as URL, we definitely don't try to, like, you know, snag those battles, or, you know, like we wouldn't have tried to take Murder Mook versus Loaded Lux. We wouldn't have tried to do that. We wouldn't have, you know, or anything of that nature. we don't try to snake on no bullshit, but we definitely provide a platform for all other battlers to come out here and get a different demographic, different fan base, and to perform on a stage with new people.
Right. So
all that.
I was just going to say, so you guys basically have a vision. Like you just said, you wouldn't have taken like a Loaded Lux and Mook, but you have a vision of, hey, this is what we think that our fans would like. So it's not even about that. It's just basically what you guys think that the fans would like, not trying to take something that would probably be considered, I guess, organic on another platform.
But you know what though, Bishop? At the same time, the fans are different. I guess that's the main thing is that King of Dot fans are more into jokes. It's more grind time if the URL. You know that already. Let's be real.
Nah. That right there is the biggest myth in battle rap. People, and generally, people that feel that way are the people that only see videos and have never come to Toronto and experienced it, because it's not really that. It's just sometimes things are resonated differently on camera that, you know, and sometimes people get away with some things because fans are excited that they're there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand, like, you know, you guys get to see, you know, before Charlie Clips came to Toronto, it was like, you know, you guys have seen him a lot because you're in New York, and it's almost like the new girl at the high, or the visiting girl at the high school. You know what I'm saying? She might not be shit when she's at her school, but when she comes to visit one of her friends at your school, and everybody's like, oh, who's that chick? You know what I mean? Like, everybody's hot to trot on that chick. Now you get a guy like Charlie Clips, who before he came to King of the Dot, you know what I'm saying? He gets wild love in New York, but for us out here, him coming down for his debut, he battled Hollahan. You know, there might have been some things that the crowd might have went over nuts about, but to be honest, he got busy, and you know, they were excited. People get excited because they're fans. They genuinely love the art of what's going down. So it's not like, oh, we're dick riding. It's like, nah, people are just genuinely happy to see great talent that was harvested in New York, or great talent that was harvested in LA and other parts of, you know, Big Brother America. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get excited when we you know, the fans get excited out here when we can provide that for them. You know, the first time Arsenal came out, you know what I mean, I knew that you know, I was the mastermind behind that with him and Pat, and it's like, you know, I knew how exciting that was going to be for the Toronto crowd to see something like Arsenal come out and just, you know, with his energy and spaz out and just, you know, do his thing versus Pat. And, you know, like I said, it was an exciting time, and following suit with all that, we just want to give the best of the best a great platform, and you know, do good business with good people and provide, you know, the same worldwide entertainment that all the rest of these leagues are doing. We're just trying to stay. We're just trying to stay, you know, stay ahead of the game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's angry fan. I'm telling you, it's a myth, bro. Like the fans out here, they, you know, there may be times when they have their little, you know, maybe they're a little overreacting. But I've heard people go, man, King of the Dot, those guys react to everything, and it's like, okay, but you know, sometimes on camera it looks like, you know, New York crowds don't react to anything. So like, what's the? But I know when I've been to Nome 3 and 4. I've been to Summer Madnesses. I've been to all these events, and I know exactly what it's like because I've been there. So when people in Toronto or Canada, period, talk about the URL crowd in the same way that some, you know, Americans talk about the King of the Dot crowd, I can be like, yo, listen, nah, man, I've been there, man. The energy's crazy. You know, I was there when Clips and T-Rex got busy, and the tension in that room was a lot different than the tension that it looked like on camera. I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was in the cut. So like that kind of, you have to actually be in Toronto or be in New York or be in LA or be in the Bay to understand the actual energy of what's going on. And then you'll have a different appreciation for our fan base out here. It's crazy. They love this battle rap shit. It's nuts.
Mr. Brigante, what about Newborn? Why is Newborn getting a ground zero battle, offered a ground zero battle, not a main stage battle? Talk about it.
Yo, I think Newborn jumped out the window wild early on that, man, because to be honest with you, he's had his moments where, you know, he got busy or whatever, but if you're offered anything, I don't understand how anything you could be offered would ever be considered a slight. It's not a slight. If you were offered Ground Zero, it's because for that event it made sense, and you were, you know, I don't know why anybody bugs out over the name of something. It's still a branch of King of the Dot. It's just a different situation.
But he's nice, though, Bishop. He's nice.
Okay, so if he's nice, which I know he's nice, but if he's nice, then what does it matter where you battle? Get busy. If a competitor is thrown in your face, then take that competitor's head off and then talk to me about anything else. Because when you jump out the window and start wilding out about this and that and what, and you know, and because none of us really knew what was going on when Newborn was like talking all that shit on the internet. We didn't know. We were like, what? I was like, what's going on? And it wasn't even staff that brought that. Like none of the staff was brought that shit. It was just like he was writing this shit online, and it's like, okay, I know Newborn's nice, but like, listen, there's different ways to go about shit. I'll give you an example, okay? Rosenberg Raw. Rosenberg Raw is for whatever tier, whatever echelon you want to put him on. I'll give it to you 100. I hit up Rosenberg Raw to come to Toronto and battle Skelly. This dude didn't care if it was on grind time. He didn't care if it was in Organic's backyard. We gave him the business. We talked to him. We said, look, we got this event that's coming up soon, so you can get on this card, get busy, do your thing, and then, you know, obviously we're gonna make sure that, you know, in the future you're good. And look what happened. He came. He didn't give us no problems. He came. He battled Skelly. He did his numbers. And then what happened? He was on our last card. He was on the main stage. Battled Tycoon Tax. That's the way you deal with shit, bro. If you don't get what you like because you feel yourself entitled for whatever reason, like let's be 100. There's no ROI on us booking Newborn at Blackout. There's no ROI right now. There's no return on investment. So if you feel that you and I'm not just directing this straight at Newborn, but for anybody that feels this certain self-entitlement, if you don't feel that you should have to do any type of groundwork in a new country where you have nothing, you have no resume over here, if you don't feel like you have to do any type of work and you're owed something, take that shit somewhere else, bro. Take that to Don't Flop. Take that somewhere else. I don't give a fuck. Out here, if you're offered something and you feel you're above what we're offering, then cool, do your thing. And if you want to publicly insult us and say that we're this and we're that, then cool, do your business elsewhere. But that's sucker shit, bro. If Newborn came out here and did a Ground Zero for Gully TK and he did what I think he'll do anyway, which is catch a body and put up those numbers, then you could see yourself, you know, doing good business, and we're gonna fuck with you and we're gonna put you on a main stage or whatever. But listen, nobody's above nothing in this battle rap shit, bro. Nobody. If you have no return on investment, what can I say to you? How can you justify being owed something?
That's true.
I guess that's my whole problem. If that's the case, then is battle rap based off of skill or off of marketability?
It's not one thing. It's all of them. Everything in battle. There's 10 guys in Ground Zero right now that haven't touched the main stage, but they're putting in their work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Newborn's dope, man. But like I said, we didn't offer him. I don't even know who offered him a Ground Zero battle, but whoever did was obviously trying to spark and create a foundation and a relationship amongst Newborn and King of the Dot. Newborn took it as an insult. He took it as an insult. So if he takes it as an insult, that's his personal issue, not ours. Because eventually, once we throw you in, once you get in the ring and you develop some sort of, reaction and whatever, then boom, it's gonna create. I gave you the best example with Rosenberg Raw. Rosenberg Raw gets busy all over New York. He battled everybody. He was getting busy against Suge, against Swave, against everybody, and he had nothing to say when we said, yo, look, we're doing this event. It's like, yo, you want to rock with it? And he was like, I don't care. I'll kill anybody. Let me get busy. And then after that, and it was a great situation. And he wasn't above himself to come and do a ground zero battle, because what's wrong with ground zero? There's nothing wrong with ground zero. There's nothing wrong with proving grounds. If I'm a battle rapper full time, I want to beat everybody in every class, bro. I want to smoke everybody's boots, bro. Everybody. So you give me somebody in ground zero, I'll go. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And if I got to do my groundwork to build a foundation and a fan base, there's nothing wrong with that. But these are things that could have been talked about behind closed doors instead of him making it look like it was a big deal. Like, yo, they're trying to give me ground zero. Yo, they're trying to punk me. Like, really? We're not trying to punk you, bro. We're trying to we're trying to create a situation for you. It's not negative.
Okay.
It's not negative, man. We fuck with Newborn, but when you jump out the window because you don't like what was offered to you, that's just silly. And I don't know what he gained from that. What do you gain from that? Okay, so you're bad mouthing us, and now you may never see the platform. And then what's your next thing? Oh, well, fuck King of the Dot. I don't care about King of the Dot. Cool. But that's not how this conversation started, because it started that you were upset that you weren't in King of the Dot. So let's keep it 100.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, it's business. It's actually business. And that just sounds like you said, there's not a demand, so you have to start somewhere, but you're trying to work them in. And you know what? When we had that conversation, actually, we thought that that ground zero was the proving ground, or prove yourself league, where actually the PGs of of King of the Dot actually start.
Right. And you know what? It used to be like that, but like I said, there was a time when we decided that we were rebranding the situation, and it's actually not just a proving ground situation. We have prove yourself. We actually have a prove yourself events that we throw where it's actually more like the proving grounds. Ground zero was completely rebranded because it's just like instead of having, we have the major events. We have 2 of them a year in Toronto, which is World Domination and Blackout, right? So, and the Ground Zero is kind of like the smaller events, but they're the same. It's the same kind of thing happens, but they're the smaller events that kind of fill in the cracks when we're not throwing the gigantic events. You understand what I'm saying? So it's no longer just about like, oh, you're coming here to prove. Nah, but it's tough to rebrand it because everybody kind of looks at it like, yo, this is where, people, kind of started off to prove themselves. But really, it's like it's just another branch of King of the Dot. It's just not as big as what, Blackout or World Domination is. That's all.
Yeah, but it's
going on around here.
That shit definitely small. Hey, man. A lot of changes going on. I seen Aspect1 left.
Yep.
So I mean, what's how you feel about that shit? What's going on, man?
Aspect1.
Talk about it.
Aspect1. He definitely, shout out Aspect1. He. How do I word this properly? Aspect1 and King of the Dot just there comes a time when you've been with a situation, but it's just time to move on, and everybody was it was an amicable situation. I know that a lot of people saw some things online and they're paying attention to the tweets is watching or whatever, but I just make sure that if you're gonna say anything, make sure you're being 100% factual, and the friendship didn't end. Like, I guess he's still cool with everybody else. I don't really know Aspect. I've met him a couple times, but I just know him through the business dealings of all of us. And it's the same thing with Lush. Like, I know Lush a lot more actually, but I met Aspect1 a couple times. But as far as business-wise goes, you know, he's doing his own thing, and we're continuing to do ours. But I just don't like. I didn't like. I know what you're alluding at when you ask me, like, what's going on. So, obviously, it's about what I said to him, like, you know, don't lie. And it's just because, you know, just be factual, man. Don't make it look like, you know, just don't make it look like we're on some weirdo shit. We weren't on no weirdo shit, and we had no reason to speak on whatever. We just, everybody's doing their own thing. Aspect1 is doing his thing, and we just keep it moving like that. You know what I mean? We got nothing bad to say about him, and, you know, salute to whatever he does and whatever situation he rocks with. But it's really not that big of a deal. I just like to make sure everybody keeps in line when they speak about our company. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's about the KOTD brand.
Yeah, absolutely, man, and that's something that I stand for in a big way because, you know, a lot of people talk a lot of shit, bro, and all the shit that they're talking is just cornball shit, and I just want to make sure that that's not about Aspect. That's about a lot of people. It's like, you know, they just take their little jabs, and everybody's got something to say, but realistically, King of the Dot is a very genuine, very humble, and very caring and giving company that actually cares about this culture, you know, a lot more than a lot of people actually do, and the hard work and strain that a lot of us go through, especially organic, you know, people really don't understand how much, you know, how much effort and work and heart and blood, sweat, and tears that old boy puts into this shit, and, you know, people think it's a big cash cow situation, but realistically, you know, a lot of money gets put into this, and it's not, you know, the glamorous life that everybody thinks it is, man. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of hard money getting put right back into it to keep this shit moving, and to keep the fans entertained. This is all for the people, bro. This isn't for us to, you know, to drive fancy cars and you know, whatever. This is for the people, and that's what it's been since day one for organic. So it's like we're all just, you know, we're all a part of one big squad that makes sure that, you know, we keep the eye on the prize and make sure that the prize is actually entertainment for the people who've been loyal to us and who care about these paddlers and providing them that platform. You feel me?
Okay. So is it officially KOTD over URL right now?
You said what?
Is it officially KOTD over URL? Who has the best event? What's going on? Y'all watch. Don't argue on watch. Y'all watch. What's going on?
What do you mean? Is it KOTD over URL?
Event-wise.
Man, like I said, I be at those events. You know what I mean? Shout out Chico. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Norb. Shout out Beasley. Shout out Smack. Like, I be out there and they show love. It's very close. It's neck and neck. It's different. It's different too, but it's neck and neck. But Angry Fan, you got to come out here, man. Come out here in February 7th and 8th. I'm telling you, I'll put you down. Make sure you're taking care of or whatever. You come out and you experience what it is out here, and you're gonna go back home and you're gonna be like, yo, I was just at this event. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. We get busy out here.
What?
Everybody, man, load up a van. Everybody, it's 7 hours. Take the drive or fly out here. Whatever you got to do, but get out here for Blackout. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a time, bro. It's gonna be. Ask any battle rapper that ever came. The next 3 shows you have, if it's anybody that's been the King of the Dot, ask them. They can't believe it when they come out here like, yo, it's crazy. Yo, it's you know what I mean? It's nuts. We get busy out here, bro. And this event, it's like we've stepped it up so much because we're at like this theater that's, you know, it's unheard of for battle rap. It's actually unheard of for even like hip hop period, bro. It's like we got a crazy thing because, you know, Drake be making certain things happen that are just phenomenal, and you know, this next event, man, it's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you, man, you gotta come out. You gotta bring the act. I'll make sure you have your own, you know your own acts out here. You know, I'll get you a proper garage. You can do your stuff out here. I'll get you a proper, you know. Yeah, I'll get you a proper trash can you can whip, you know what I'm saying? You can beat it up or do whatever you got to do. But I'll make sure you have your own exclusive garage with an axe and everything, and you get busy and do your recap after day one. After day two's recap, you could be like, yo, I'm moving out here, free healthcare. I'm here, you know what I'm saying? Bishop hooked me up with the new condo. I'm never coming back. You know, all the good shit, bro. Just get out here and come check it out because it's going to change your fucking life, bro. You're going to love it.
You say all that. Is KOTD underrated?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah. But, you know, absolutely, because you know, you hear certain things that people say, but you know, like all the things that we were touching on, where people were talking about, you know, like the fans and this and that, and you know, all those little myths that people throw out about King of the Dot. Absolutely, it's underrated because if you look at how much work we've put out in the last couple of years, there's nobody competing with that. You can't compete with that. Look how much work. And still, already to start the year, Battle of the Bay 7, you got to go on KOTDTV.com. I think we have the pay-per-view up there. If we don't, please look it up. Look up. Avocado's probably listening right now, so he could tell you on his Twitter, you know, Avocado is God. Look up that Twitter, and he'll probably tweet right now and say, you know, how to get the pay-per-view for Battle of the Bay 7. Arsenal versus Mr. Fab, shit's going to be crazy, bro. And there's so many other on the card. I don't have it in front of me, but that's how we starting off the year. Boom, Battle of the Bay 7. Boom, right after that, Blackout 5. Boom, after that, World Domination. Probably gonna have something out in Cali again. Probably gonna have something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we have a Boston event that's coming up. Shout out to Nakaya. I think we have a Boston event coming up too. Bro, we get busy, man. We put out so much content for the culture. Yes, we are underrated, man. Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, man, I ain't mad at you with this. Hey, Henny, how you feel?
So what?
Henny.
Hey, Wayne, how you feel, Wayne?
That's been part of the reason why I've always been a King of the Dot fan and their subsidiaries because of the work ethic. It's not, and that's no pun intended against any other league. I just like a variety of brand, and then a lot of the grind time battlers. So yeah, but I just that's just what I like to patronize. I like a hard-working brand, and I mean, Bishop, you guys show. You know, it's like I understand being there. The experience is great, but even just by the way you guys organize, you can see that. I mean, you can actually see that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Nah, my stupid face hit the mute button before a pawn sale. Now, I mean, I was saying, I don't subscribe to the theory if it's not on URL, it don't count and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I think possibly my favorite battle last year might have been on KOTD with Chilla and Daylight. So, you know what I'm saying? I like everything. I'm a fan of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
It's just weird though how the general public perceives, you know what I'm saying, like there's a constant battle. Of course, you know, there's always going to be a friendly competition and everything, but, I mean, everybody's focused on their own agenda at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You worry about yours. You check what the competition's doing to stay on your toes and everything, but I don't believe any, especially y'all two, between the two of y'all, are fixated with each other to the point of where, you know what I'm saying, like nobody's fucking with each other and all of that. I think that's just more.
No, it's actually quite the opposite, man. And like I said, when I've gone every time, like I stay in New York, bro. I go to New York all the time, and every time that I've gone to a URL event, you know, Chico has shown the utmost, you know, salute from Bees, everybody, every one of them, man. And you know, it's always been a great camaraderie, and you know, we all respect each other because we all do the same thing. And you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. We don't have time for petty shit. We're not on that. We're not on that petty shit. We're on, you know, just moving and advancing the culture. And you know, there's even times when some of us, you know, I actually talked to a couple of them like more times than not. Like there's times when I talk to Norm's silly ass, bro. There's times we talk shit to each other all the time, and even other people. Queens Flip, you know, with Quiet Room, and you know, we salute, you know, ARP and everybody that's doing their thing, man. We have communication with everybody that's a league owner, that's doing something that's, you know, that's proper for the culture. Not any sucker shit. We don't support any sucker stuff. We only support the people that are genuine and really putting on for the battlers and providing a platform for the fans. You know what I'm saying?
I know one thing y'all might have up on all the competition. Them Toronto women are bad as fuck. Y'all might be winning in that department, kid.
Question. Hey, question, Brigante. You said sucker shit. What do you mean by that? There's over 430 leagues right now. How do you feel about that?
I think sometimes it might be a little too much. I don't like the opportunists that want to just, you know, I don't like the people that try to, you know, just come in and you know what I mean. Like, you know the ones that, you know, they try to sneak in and they try to get their little, you know, break bread, or they fuck shit up, or, you know, it just doesn't work out. I don't really have any names to call because half of the time these guys, you know, have their, you know, their whatever their battle rap league names are called, whatever. But what I definitely do, what I do focus my attention on are the people that are doing it genuinely, and they're doing it for the proper, you know, with the proper, you know, taking the right steps and making sure that they keep, you know, everything a buck. Because at the end of the day, the people that have to be looked after the most are the battlers and the fans. So I like to think, and I know I kind of got this attitude based off of Organic, because he's such a selfless person that it's not about, you know, always about us as league owners. It's always the fans and the battlers first, man. So when we see other people and other companies that actually take on that kind of, you know, they take on that kind of, you know, image and characteristic, and when they are that person, then, you know, we really rock with them in that sense. But when you get the leeches, or you get the opportunists, or the, you know, somebody that's got a couple bucks that wants to come in and, you know, and fuck shit up for a second, I don't rock with those. I don't rock. That's what I mean by suckers. I don't like that kind of shit, because it's a real culture, man. That's why we can have these discussions. That's why there's 35 fucking rap battle, you know, interview shows a day, you know, a week or whatever. It's like, because this is a real culture and people genuinely care. People care about this shit, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? So you gotta really, you know, handle this culture with care, because if you don't, the more you let other people come through and fuck with it, then, you know, eventually it's just gonna turn people off, and then, you know. But that's why we last, and that's why URL lasts, and that's why there's a select few other leagues that last, because they just stick to the formula. It's about the battlers, it's about the fans, and then it's just preserving the culture. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question. All right, okay. Ether event, Film on Records, right? Now they actually bought Cassidy back, but the event was like fucking horrible. Niggas didn't get paid. How do you feel about all of that? Because Cassidy came back, so is it like, how do you feel about that? I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of weird because, you know, there in the initial stages there was the idea that, you know, somehow we were going to be involved, but then there was the ban that we couldn't, you know, and then we were going to mess with every other piece of footage other than, you know, Diz and Cass, but in the long run, man, it's like, I don't know shit about that dude, bro. I don't know nothing about him. All I know is I've seen a couple tweets where he's talking shit, and he's throwing people that he's hired under the bus, and, you know, whatever, man. Cool. You have $1 billion. I don't give a fuck, bro. That shit, the way the shit went down, it's like you definitely hired somebody to do a job, and I don't know what mistakes were made because I wasn't a part of any contractual, you know, creations, or I wasn't a part of anything to do. I wasn't even at the event. I had nothing to do with that. But what I do know is that professionally, there's a lot of under the bus throwing going on, and there's a lot of fingers getting pointed and a lot of people saying they didn't get their money. And it just sounds to me like somebody's using somebody as a scapegoat, or somebody's, you know, I don't know what, I don't even know, bro. That's just a hotmess.com, bro. That's just fucked up.
I feel you. So King of the Dot has nothing to do with that at all.
Nothing at all, bro. That's yo. Listen, and I'm very vocal about it, bro. I don't give a fuck. That shit was like all the extra shit afterwards. Like, look it, man. If you gotta build, I don't care about another man's money, bro. I don't care about another man's pocket. What he eats don't make me shit. You feel me? So, but I'll tell you this: looking at it as a human being with some sort of common sense, if you hire somebody to do something, I'm pretty sure that if all the battlers have their contract, then handle your business and get your bread. But don't start throwing people under the bus. You're talking about punching daylight out and this and that. And like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of reckless shit. And to me, it just left a sour taste all over that whole situation. And it sucks, man, because if the right people were all brought on board, and if everybody was, you know, put in a position where that event could have been run, I'm pretty sure it could have been done, you know, hella dope, to the point that, you know, it could have furthered the culture because somebody was actually putting real money behind it, and, you know, you had a real staff of people that are actually involved in the culture on the big scale, such as URL or such as King of the Dot. Lush One was the only person that was, like, you know, that's an affiliate of King of the Dot that was involved in that. There was nobody else. Nobody else was a part of it. Organic went out there, but, you know what I mean? Like, there was nobody else in King of the Dot that was a part of it as far as, like, handling any of the business. You know, Alki don't know me. Alki doesn't know Organic. He doesn't know none of us. And he'll be the first to tell you that because, you know, we weren't, it just didn't happen that way. We weren't brought to the table. And nobody from URL was brought to the table, or anybody that has a real grip and a hold on this culture. Nobody was. And you put all that kind of shit on somebody's hands who's fighting demons and shit, who themselves are saying they're fighting their own demons, then, you know, you're gonna find yourself in a liability situation. But I can also respect when a man can admit that he has demons and he's taking the steps to fix those demons. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's crazy, bro. It was a wild mess, man. But I mean, we're taking no responsibility for that, man. And it's crazy because initially, in the first couple of conversations that ever were brought to the front line, it was like, yo, you know, hey, I got the situation, and, you know, we could all be involved. And all right, cool. We was like, all right, let's see what it is. But it just didn't happen that way. And it's kind of a blessing, because now when you look at the kind of person that this person is, he didn't really care, man. He wanted to make an extra buck or whatever, and thought he could cash in on the culture. But when it didn't work out the way he wanted to, he's throwing people under the bus and acting like an asshole. So you want to act like an asshole? I'm glad we didn't get business with you, because you're a fucking sucker. End of discussion.
Yeah, I'm at that shit. But but here's the question though. I said this to say this. How do you what the fuck is the word? I hate stuttering shit. So how the fuck do you tell, you know what I'm saying, who's for the culture and who's not when it comes down to that milk, when it comes down to that money?
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, you know, it all comes down to work ethic. It comes down to product. It comes down to business. All those things factor in, right? So, I mean, anybody, you know, people kill to be involved with the URL. So there's obviously great business that's happening over there. They throw great events. They make great things happen. Also, like, that's just without talking about my team. But if we're going to talk about my team, like, bro, from top to bottom, like I said, that's why, you know, people have to compete with us, because of the work ethic and the way we treat our battlers and the way we treat the fans and what we do for everybody. So those kind of things are like, those are big signs that you'd have to look at as far as, and the longevity speaks for itself. Think about how many companies have come and gone that have tried to cash in on this shit. Well, those are the ones we're talking about. Those are the ones that shouldn't be, considered. But the ones that are long-lasting for many years, who execute, who put on for the fans, and et cetera, those are the ones we're talking about that need to be put in positions of power when it comes to somebody jumping in with, big money like that. You got to have conversations with Beasley, Chico, Smack, Norbs, and them. You know what I mean? You got to meet up with Organic, Gully, Bishop, Avi, Rex. You know what I'm saying? Like that's to me right there is, I would say that those are the two, as far as like biggest platforms that anybody should mess with if you want to really put on, and get it together, because we understand and we've been a part of it for so many years. You know what I'm saying? So many years. This is not something new for us. And I say us as in KOTD and URL. We can all coexist and make take big situations and turn them into even bigger situations that further the culture. You understand what I'm saying?
I got a question. Do you think it's easier for quote unquote KOTD battlers to go over to URL and perform, or vice versa?
Well, I mean, so far it's only been us taking quote-unquote URL battlers over here. We've only had Sharon hit that stage at the Summer Madness warm-up, and I mean, if you watch Shotgun Suge and Sharon, I mean, whatever, you pick your poison, whatever you like, but Sharon got busy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I definitely wouldn't see a lot of our guys having issues going over to URL. It just hasn't come to fruition. We brought them over here though, because people have expressed interest and they've got fans over here, so we provide that for our fan base. I'm sure people want to see Pat stay in New York. I'm sure people want to see more Sharon out there because he got busy. You know what I'm saying? There's a few other guys that could compete out there.
Okay. I could dig that. Is it difficult sometimes? I try to put together certain matches and dudes aren't able to get into Toronto because of passport issues or whatever.
One of the biggest issues that sucks for us is the fact that we currently can't, Big K can't get over the border, and that hurts us because, man, we got a lot of love for Big K, man. We think he's incredible, and sometimes, and I think he's working on fixing the situation. I'm not putting his business out there, but I'm just saying, like, I know at one point we couldn't get him over the border, and sometimes, see, here's the thing: sometimes Swave can't get over the border, but then other times Swave can get over the border. It's all the luck of the draw, man. Like the first time we brought Arsenal to Toronto, he didn't get over the border the first time, and then he literally left the airport for a couple hours and then came back and tried again, and he got through. So it's like it's hit or miss, bro. But it depends on what kind of chance you want to take. But I was just using Big K as an example of like, man, like currently at the last time we tried to bring him over, it's just like, it might be tough. You know what I mean? Because it's like certain situations. And, like, there's a couple of dudes that it's tough to get over the border sometimes if you got any situation going on. Because they're just, they're assholes, bro. I can't front. They're assholes. This is how they move at the border.
Oh, okay. Hey, question. I got to ask you, because I fuck with him heavy. Danny Myers.
Yeah.
What happened with the money and him battling?
I have no idea about that, bro. I don't even know why. I don't even know any of that shit. That's that West Coast shit that, I've never heard of him being owed anything until that interview and when all this shit was going on. I never heard. I've never negotiated a Danny battle. I've never even spoken to him on the phone. I've only spoken to him and I met him, and if I ever set anything up with anybody and I say they're getting something, they get it. But I had no idea about any promises made to Danny Myers, and a lot of the staff was very surprised when we found that out as well, because that was like, we were like, whoa, what? Huh? Who? What? We didn't know nothing about that shit, bro.
Okay. That's how to ask.
Yeah, and again, like, we fuck with Danny Myers. Like, you know, he's dope, and you know, he gets busy in every event he's been a part of. But when I heard him say it, I was like, oh, like, I don't even know what he's talking about. But I personally was never a person that, you know, negotiated anything with Danny Myers, and I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. But if you did have any business with him and you set it up and you made a promise you didn't keep, then that person needs to, you know, take responsibility for their actions. You know what I'm saying?
We talking about Aspect1.
I mean, whoever had the conversation with him, you know what I'm saying? If that's the person who says, if he's the person who says he booked it, then yes, absolutely, Aspect1. If Lush One booked it and made a promise, then he needs to speak to him. If anybody, you know, when it comes down to a situation where the staff doesn't know what the fuck's going on, then yes, you as an individual need to get your business together and handle that shit. And that's not, and that's myself included.
Yeah, I feel that. And that ain't just no shot. That's like period in business.
Absolutely, right. and that's something that we take pride in. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, Bishop, you ready, man? About to get you back on that stage. I mean, it's a whole different ball game. You got thousands watching you.
I wish it was tomorrow.
Are you serious?
Are you ready?
I wish it was tomorrow. I wish this interview was happening. I wish the battle happened yesterday, bro. And like, don't get it twisted. I am not stepping in the ring with no walk in the park.
Really?
This is definitely something that is a challenge. I don't like being. I don't get spoon fed. I've never been spoon fed in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? This is definitely going to be a battle of epic proportions, and people are going to be like, wow, like, word, Bishop, you jump, like, word, that's where you're starting off? That's where you're coming, that's where you're jumping back in the written format with? Wow. It's going to be unbelievable, man. And it's going to set the bar so high because I don't like what's been going on. I don't think anybody's really been doing their numbers, and I think it's time to prove that somebody that used to battle and, you know, actually makes records and has a career in music and entertainment, period. Well, I'm coming back, and I'm definitely gonna definitely show, you know, what needs to be showed. It's exciting, bro. I can't wait to hear you review my battle. That's gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna review it definitely. That's
gonna be exciting.
You being an actor and making and doing tours and everything, does that matter in the battle rap?
I mean, whatever you know, all's fair in love and war.
Okay.
All's fair in love and war. If you know, the only way that it really matters is if it affects me being able to battle. But right now, like, you know, my main focus is. But somebody's saying that about me, and oh, you were an actor. Oh, like, okay, yeah, okay. I did a movie. Oh my God, I made $40,000. Oh my God, what are you doing? You know, what are you gonna say about me? Like, what are you gonna really say about me as far as like successes? Because any successes that I have, whether they're big or small, are the exact same successes that a lot of people in this entertainment world seek to achieve. So, I mean, no, I don't think that'll matter. I think it'll probably be better to make up things about me. That'll probably work better. It'll probably work better for somebody to do that, because maybe the fans will believe that shit. They seem to believe a lot of other shit.
Too many accolades for you.
Yeah, I'm not even stunting though, bro. Like, I work, you know what I mean? Like, and my accolades, to be honest with you, without sounding like some sort of a monk, but like, my accolades are actually, you know, when people say like, yo, you know, I just did a bid and your song About to Change really helped me, or yo, I went, you know, my sister tried to kill herself and she went through a really rough time, but your song Hard Times really helped her out, or, you know what I mean? Like, things like that are the accolades that really matter to me when I can inspire somebody in any way, shape, or form. Because, you know, it's tough in this business, especially in Canada. It's tough to even make, you know, some sort of a mark, and to be able to do it, to be able to have to own a home from it, to be able to have a career and in entertainment at all in Canada. It's tough, and I've been blessed to do that. and I actually live off of this shit. So I'm cool with the accolades of people being inspired in any type of way. You feel me?
Okay. I got you. After this. Man,
I'm a people person, Angry Fan. Let me live. I'm a people person. I love the people. That's what it is, man. They you know what I mean? I don't even know if you remember, bro, but I recognized you when I saw you in New York. I walked up to you and said, "What up?" when I was in New York, and you had no idea it was me. But we was at Nome, and I was like,
"Because that ain't right now. I don't know what the fuck you talking about." Damn, really?
Exactly. See, that's what I'm talking about. I was a fan of you, Angry Fan. Now I'm angry. What up? Yo, I fucking rolled up on you at Nome, and I was like, "Yo, what up? I respect what you do, G." And I let you know that shit. I said, "Yo, what's up, Bishop Brigante?" And you probably didn't hear me, but it was a crazy man.
I hear you, bro. I know your name, so I ain't hear you.
Yeah, I came up and I said, "What up to you, man?" And that's what I'm saying. Like I fuck with the people and anybody in this culture that's doing shit that really, you know, that's inspirational and that really when somebody finds their lane and really represents it and does their thing, I gotta salute you, because there's other people that are, you know, that aspire to be journalists or radio hosts and you know they're going to look at you and they're going to look at, you know, your team and your staff and everybody that you rock with, and whatever level you're on, you know, it inspires somebody, and the further you go and the bigger it gets, it just further helps people solidify the fact that, you know, dreams come true. Without sounding like a monk, but that's just what I'm on. You know what I mean? I'm a people person. I fuck with anybody that's doing something positive and staying busy like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I met you, I saluted you.
We gotta smoke a blunt, man. Damn, man. I feel bad now, bro.
Don't worry about it, man. But it was packed as fuck, and you know, it was Nome, and I just spotted you in the cut, so I was like, yo, we were passing by. I think I was with Swade, and I said, wow, that's all. It wasn't like no, you know what I mean, whatever. Half the time, the first time I went out, really went out there where everybody was like, oh, there go Bishop, like, I had a crazy ass fucking beard. The time when I saw you, my beard was gone. So you probably was like, because everybody did that to me. I got curved by everybody, bro. They had no idea who it was until I said, yo, it's Bishop, man. Like, oh my God, you got rid of your beard. You know what I mean? It was fucking weird, but it's all good, bro. I didn't take it as a slight. We never met each other before.
Hey, man, I'm going to try to come the fuck up out there, man. Everybody been hitting me up like, yo, you ain't going to blackout. I'm going to see what I can do, man, and get up out there, man.
Yo, bro, flights are like $200 right now, bro. Get on it and get out here February. You hit up hotels at kingofthedot.com. You get the hookup on the hotels. You get again, go to KOTDTV.com and get the pay-per-view, get the tickets. It's going to be incredible, man. Drake is definitely going to be in the building, and you've seen all the names on the card. It's going to be phenomenal, man. It's going to be unbelievable.
I didn't cut you off and shit. Drake, what's his role in King of the Dot? Is he I can't say talent, obviously, but is he a business partner or he's a sponsor?
I mean, like for this right now, for this event, I mean, definitely Drake is an extended family member. With this event, he really, was side by side with all of us as far as like, coming up with matches idea. Like he's an actual fan of battle rap. So, him and Organic really, put it together with this OVO KOTD stuff, and yeah, he's really down with the business, and he's really helping out in a big way for this event. So he's the main guy behind this one, man. This is kind of like, it's kind of like his alley-oop with King of the Dot right now, because a lot of the matches that are going to happen are ones that he wanted to see as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but he doesn't, like I said, he's not one of those people that, just comes in and tries to swoop in and cash a check. You know what I'm saying? He knows that, the guys that do it all day, every day, are the ones that are handling shit. But he's a huge supporter, and again, to have he's the number one entertainer in the world, bro. So to have him really put on for Toronto and put on for King of the Dot, we salute him, tenfold, and we rock for that. You know what I'm saying? he's always been down for King of the Dot, and it's great that he's in a situation right now where he's got the time to actually be there and got the time to put the full OVO stamp on it and really just, you know, get busy for the city. That's what he likes to do. He likes to put on for the city, and it shows in everything he does.
At this point, you know, I would say the masses are kind of, you know, with the patients are wearing thin with mainstream battle rappers returning to battle rap. I mean, we know the odds of him returning are slim to none. But do you think he's one of the few that if he returned, he could pull it off?
Drake?
Yeah.
See,
oh, no.
I've already said this. I said this on Vlad. I absolutely have no doubt in my mind that Drake could jump in that ring and get busy. And
come on.
But listen, Angry Fan, you have to understand the viewpoint. Just take off the blinders for a second and really put it in perspective, okay? You cannot be the number one of everything in hip hop, whether it be mainstream or not. You got to look at a dude that can swing swords and go bar for bar with Hove. You're talking about a dude that has created an incredible movement from nothing, bro. Like from nothing, like from the sheer beginnings of getting in a studio with Wonder and getting busy and creating the empire that is him today. You cannot do that if you don't have talent, bro. And his talent is raw. And it generates, once it goes through all the channels that it has to go through in the process of his creative process. You can't tell me that a person of that mind that created that and came from those humble beginnings to this big empire could not compete. He's competing with the world right now. Why couldn't he compete? Why wouldn't he be able to compete in the genre of life that he started from? Hip-hop. He's a rapper. He's got bars, bro. So all he has to do is change the trajectory. He has to change the trajectory. He can obviously adapt because you've seen him adapt from house music to hip-hop to underground shit to commercial shit. He knows how to adapt. So if you put him in a situation where he's in the ring and he's getting busy against somebody, obviously it's a huge lift for whoever it does. So that's probably why it's not going to happen anytime soon. But I personally, as a guy who knew him like earlier in his career, I've seen him, you know, do records that where he shitted on people, and it was just like, he shut down a few careers, bro. And like some people don't even realize it. But if you think about some of the bars that he spits in some of his, like, you know, his shots that he takes, that shit would be crazy on stage live, bro. He's nuts. The guy can rap.
I mean, here's my thing with it, though. I mean, we all know talent and bars don't always, you know, transcend into the ring. I said my one thing was the reason I think he might be able to pull it off is his acting ability would make for great performance. Like, I think he could get the rhyme part, but the performing the bars, a lot of niggas can't do. And I think because he's an actor, I think that'll be the one edge he'd have over a lot of other dudes.
Yeah, perhaps. You know what? You know, to be honest with you, man, like, I could be saying this. I could be like, this is just. I haven't been in a situation where I've been around him anytime lately, and seen him in that competitive mode. I'm just saying that I know that as an actual MC, he gets busy and he pays so much attention to the culture that it would be really mind blowing for me if he got up there, got busy, and it was just a complete failure, because he's in tune with so many like levels of the culture of hip hop itself. So it's like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he can adapt to like some Chicago sound, he can adapt to some South sound. He can get busy on tracks with YG or some West Coast shit and Bay Area sound and music. Like, you gotta understand that kind of he is hip hop, bro. So like when he when he can adapt to those kinds of, every different level of this culture, I don't think he would ever have a problem with it transcending into getting on the stage. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe I'm biased.
That's it, man. I definitely not.
I know he said some shit, some raps, bro, that are just like, yo, man, he getting at that boy, and you're like, whoa, like that shit. Sometimes that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? Some of the shit that he says. So it's like you could see that working out on stage. I don't know. I doubt he'll ever jump in, but I know, there's been moments when everybody wants to jump in, but I doubt he will. But I haven't talked to him about any of this shit. I'm just telling you what I think, and people always ask me about this shit, but I mean, it's gonna be when
He probably would have jumped. He probably would have jumped in before that whole Puffy situation, but now it's like, nah, it's too risky.
Yeah, but you know what, man? Again, tabloids, topics, whatever, man. Fuck. Who knows what's really real, and who that shit's just whatever, man. We're talking about 50-year-old men that are like, come on, bro. Let's get it together. Let's get it together here, man. That shit, that's good for a bar. Like, what are you gonna say? Well, you got punched by Diddy, but I'm not. You got punched by Diddy, but I'm not even sure. But if you got punched by Diddy, haha, you're a nerd. Like, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna fucking say, bro? Stupid.
Kind of true. Hey, Wayne.
Yes.
Yeah, we ain't think about that part.
About the
a bit true part of that shit, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what, people, Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, I mean, even with the personals, that's about the only personal that you can come with. But kind of like you were just saying, Bishop, the person that you're battling, unless they make some shit up about you, it's like he's done so much. I don't think we would really care because he's gonna, like you said, if he can transition into what battle rap is today, he could kill some shit. And I think, I don't know. I think it might be a good look. I personally didn't want to see it, but the way that you're explaining it, that is true. Yeah, and then the fact that that personal, that it might be a reach because we don't know.
First of all, if Drake stepped on that stage, it like mic'd up, ready to battle, and all he said was, "I said, yo," place will go fucking crazy, bro. He'll go crazy just even at the idea that this man is going to, like, after all the accolades and everything he's created in his life, and he stepped up and he would just said, "I said, yo," he would go crazy. He would win just off of that.
I mean, that's cool, but I mean, is that battle rap? Or is that being
you know what I'm saying.
A performer.
But you know what? A lot of new fans want to see that. They don't care if he can beat fucking Shotgun Suge right about now. They just want to see him battle. Was that battle rap? Or is that about we want to see two niggas, organic versus disaster. They want to beat each other.
It is battle rap only because it's battle rap that created this energy that they even want to see him on the stage. So ultimately, everything at the end of the day that's created and becomes battle rap was created by battle rap itself. It's a never-ending cycle.
Okay.
Because the idea of Drake, the idea of Drake ever battling in battle rap was created by people in battle rap who want to see Drake battle rap, or it's by Drake being a fan of battle rap, or Murder Mook saying Drake wants to battle me. That's all created by battle rap. So essentially, no matter what happens, if he ever battles or not, it's created by battle rap, and it's nobody's fault but battle rap. At the end of the day, everything is created.
Question: are we losing our sport?
No, man.
To entertainment. I don't want to mean lose our sport, but I mean to entertainment. Whereas it's no longer a who beats who type thing. Now it's about money more than who actually wins.
That's you know what? Now that you say that, that's cutting you off. But no, you know what I think's happening in battle rap right now? I think that there's it's what's happening to battle rap is that it's so big now that it's what's happening to it is what happened in music. It has subcultures. Now you're going to start seeing more mainstream stuff. You're going to start seeing more underground stuff. You're going to see something in the middle. You're going to see some, you know, like you see the antics. You see the high levels, the yourself, or you know what I mean? Like, you're just going to find all these different subcultures now that it's booming so big. So, like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna get your mainstream battle rap, you're gonna get your underground battle rap, you're gonna get your fun battle rap with antics, or you're gonna get your emotional and angry battle rap with, you know, two people that really don't like each other, and it's all falling on subcultures now where you're just like, you know, it's that's only because it's growing. That's a good thing, correct?
Yeah, no, I guess it is.
Sometimes it gets scary because there's people that are purists. I can tell in your tone of voice that you're like, I kind of feel like I'm losing it, and that's because you're a purist, right? But it's so pure, like the culture is pure in itself, that it's not going to go anywhere, man. You're just going to have to, you know, you're going to have to check in different sections to where you're going to find the genre of battle rap that you love and what's pure to you. Because there's people that are like, man, I don't really want to hear this Rick Ross. I want to hear my Mos Def, and like that. But you know, and then that person has to seek their music from Mos Def and that type of music in the places that they know they can get it. And that's what's going to happen in battle rap. Eventually, you know, you angry fan, if you're going to want to see more of Danny Myers and Chilla Jones or something like that, and first examples that come to my mind, then perhaps you're gonna have to seek that out and look for it wherever you can find it, and that might even make it even more fun, because then, you know what I mean, the possibilities are endless in battle rap. It's just a matter of how big it's gonna grow. I don't think it's gonna stop growing anytime soon, because it's just constantly moving. You feel me?
I dig that. I feel it. That's what it is. But hey, Bishop, man, we appreciate you calling up, doing your motherfucking thing. Good luck on Blackout.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate you guys having me on. And again, before I go, guys, everybody, KOTDTV.com, and also look out for Battle of the Bay 7 that's happening next week. Arsenal versus Mr. Fab. Blackout 5. Follow me on Twitter at Bishop Brigante, and thank you so much, all y'all, man. I like having great discussions like this, man. It's good times.
Definitely enjoyed you.
Respect, man. I appreciate that, yo.
Early, man. Salute, homie.
Salute, bro.
Nigga fan 007. What up? You good? I'm alive, I'm breathing. Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Drop this shit. What up, nigga? Fucking heads, man.